All right, hello again, baseball fans. Welcome back. We had a fun home run derby and all-star game last night in the Castro McGregor League, and now we are going to start the second half of the season. We're going to slow this one down a little bit because there's some teams we haven't seen tonight. We have seen these two teams, but I like the matchup very much. So we have the 1915 Philadelphia Phillies against the 1916 Boston Red Sox. The Phillies are 34 and 24 on the season. They're playing on the road. Visiting Boston, and they're 16 and 13 on the road. The Boston Red Sox, 27 and 28, so a game below 500, and at home they are 14 and 11. So Rixey thus far in the season for the Philadelphia Phillies, Hall of Famer by the way, 11 wins, 7 losses, a 2.52 earned run average, and Boston will send Dutch Leonard to the hill, 8 wins, 10 losses, a 3.03 earned run average. And our highlighted player today will be Rixey, who deserves recognition. He's a Hall of Famer. And hey, D. Scott Howard, first one here at Fenway Park. So let's get to it. All right, for the Philadelphia Phillies, we'll see Possum Wooded, Milt Stock, Fred Luderis, Gavy Kravitz, who had a great All-Star game, by the way, Beals Becker and Rabbit Bill Killifer, Bobby Byrne, Bert Niehoff, and Rixey. And for the hometown 1916 Boston Red Sox, it'll be Dick Blitzel, Chick Shorten, Tilly Walker, Larry Gardner, Duffy Lewis, Pinch Thomas, Everett Scott, Mike McNally, and Dutch Leonard. All right, we'll make sure that we have things set up the way we want to the above third camera that I'm growing more and more enamored of. D. Scott, hope you're doing well. And let's get to the game. All right, and here we go. And I think we'll try the dynamic camera action view thing. All right. And I think also for the action camera, we will try the wide camera. We'll see what happens here. Hey, Bernie, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, so here we go. Possum Wooded would lead it off here for the Phillies. Wooded hitting 286, 11 runs batted in on the season. Let's do a little fly around of Fenway Park. Opened in 1912, so this is a new ballpark, state of the art for the time. Here we go. Dutch Leonard deals to Possum Wooded. Wooded swings. This one ground to short. And fielding it easily is Everett Scott. And looks like we're not going to need our dynamic action camera. All right. Milt Stock now. Stock hitting 296, 21 runs batted in, a home run. Just underway here. Dutch Leonard deals. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Milt Stock. And that one fastball low for ball 4. Stock takes first. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Mike Silva joining us here for a little bit. This is one of Mike's great ballparks. All right, here's the first baseman, Fred Luderis, hitting 290, 26 ribbies, 3 home runs. Milt Stock at first. And can I move this just a little bit? There we go, just to give a sense of speed. All right. Stock leads off first. The southpaw Dutch Leonard deals. Full count. And this one swung on, and a little base hit into center field. And going for third is Milt Stock, and the strong throw from center field, and that is an outfield assist by Tilly Walker. So Milt Stock gunned down 2 away. Fred Luderis on at second. So Milt Stock, not much of a choice with Luderis going to second. All right. Here's the cleanup hitter, Gavy Kravitz. He's hitting 345, 52 runs batted in, 12 home runs. People are always surprised to see home run totals in the dead ball era, but home runs were indeed hit. Mike says, appreciate the consistent content you put out. Thank you. And Mike, we always do the bro love fest here, man. Like to get you on maybe on Saturday again for our little chats. Kind of looking forward to that. So Let me know if that's possible for you. Maybe, I don't know, do something. Bernie says Beatles doing 1967. Thank you. On Saturday, I'll be able to see it then. All right. Also want to do a 1914 Red Sox broadcast. What's my broadcast schedule this weekend? I like to do 1914. Okay, so Saturdays I usually don't broadcast, and since you're going to do one, I'd rather catch your game and then maybe have Mike on here or do a little baseball chat on Saturday after in the afternoon. I usually don't broadcast Saturdays. Sundays, Bernie, I'll be happy to work around you. All right. So looking forward to that 1 p.m. on Saturday. I hate the fact that I'm missing everybody's broadcasts. Yep, as D. Scott Howard says, can't thank you enough, Mike. You had so much to an already great game, and that is true. All right, Dutch Leonard deals. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and this one is going to be a wild one, and Fred Luderus will go to third. And had Milt Stock not been gunned down by Tilly Walker, Philadelphia would have a run in already. All right, so Luderus at third now. Gavy Kravitz back in. The payoff pitch. Kravitz swings and fly ball into shallow center field. Running in and making a fine running catch is Tilly Walker. So there were two base runners in the inning. One was gunned down. The Philadelphia Phillies leave one in scoring position at third and fail to cash in. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Epa Rixey, who we'll get to Epa when it's his time to bat. He's our featured player tonight, Hall of Fame pitcher, that not many know about. All right, Dick Hablitzel leads it off here, the first baseman for these 19 Red Sox, playing a game below 500 with 14-11 at home. So looking to pick up a win and gain a little bit of ground and stay in this pennant race. Is very close in this Wagner division, McGregor League Wagner division, dead ball. 19th century, that pennant race is a little bit more spread out now. All right, great All-Star game last night. The 19th century beat the Dead Ballers 5-4. It was a great one. All right, Epa Rixey with a 3-0 pitch to Dick Hablitzel. Hablitzel looks at this one, just missing outside. Fastball misses for ball 4. So Hablitzel aboard for Chick Shorten. Carlos Yaz. Oh, wow. Yeah. So even though I'm not an F-ball fan, I will say, he says, Carlos Yaz doesn't know we're doing baseball, but rest in peace, Dick Butkus. Yeah, in my faith we say, may his memory be eternal. So yeah, I mean, I know enough about him to know he was a rough player, a Hall of Famer. So indeed, may the memory of Dick Butkus be eternal. But maybe we can forget about him. Or was that him that sang? Was it Butkus that sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" one time at Wrigley? Have to remind me. But yeah, I do know he had a great career. All right. Oh, Bernie has a trivia question here for the chat. He says Fenway Park opened on the 18th of April, 1912. Nobody thought anyone could hit a home run over the left field wall. Who hit the first home run over the wall, and what year was it done? All right, there we go. There's the trivia question for the chat. All right, Hablitzel on at first, and it brings up Chick Shorten, right fielder for the Phillies, hitting .262, 17 runs batted in for him. Epa Rixey with the 1-2 pitch, and Shorten sends this one into right field for a base hit, and here we go, a little bit more, and we have a bad throw from right field. Hablitzel would have been gunned down, but instead he will come in to score. So Chick Shorten picks up the single, and that's an E9, an error on the Phillies right fielder. So bad throw there by Gavy Kravitz, and the Boston Red Sox jump out to a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's have a look at that again. So Kravitz makes the clean pick, but a bad throw. Runner should have been out by a mile. The Hablitzel, I don't know, I guess knowing that Kravitz was going to rush his throw. All right, Tilly Walker now batting. Walker hitting .259. He has 20 runs batted in. for the Boston Red Sox of 1916. Chick Shorten in scoring position. Rixey with the 0-2 delivery. And this one swung on and grounded to short. And they are going to look Chick Shorten back to second. And one away now. Tilly Walker is retired. And here is number 4 hitter Larry Gardner. Gardner having a good season, hitting .304 with 26 runs batted in. Rixey deals to Gardner. The 1-1 pitch, Gardner slow roller to first. And this one fielded easily by Fred Luteris, who tosses on to Rixey covering for the 3-1 putout. And moving to third on the play is Chick Shorten. Mike Silva says, Bernie, nobody thought Bucky Dent could hit it over the wall, but look how that turned out, LOL. Chris Slovic, he says he's going to guess our Abner Dumbledorf Dickey Strong Chopper of the Pottstown Child Laborers. Texags, good evening, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, my God. All right. It was Babe Ruth. And I'm going to say Babe Ruth hit it over the wall in 1915. Bernie? So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say 1915, Babe Ruth. I know Babe Ruth in 1934. Okay, so the first one to hit out of the wall took till 1934. Wow. Okay. Good stuff. Babe Ruth also hit the first home run in Yankee Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Just the first home run. 22 years it took. That's crazy. And then Bucky Dent, boom, right? All right, Rixey from the stretch to Duffy Lewis, who's hitting .284 with 30 ribbies. The 1-2 delivery. And Duffy Lewis will send this little squibber out in front of the plate, and that is going to be an infield hit as Killefer cannot get Lewis tearing down the line, and Red Sox now have a 2-0 lead. All right, here's Pinch Thomas. Pinch Thomas seeing some limited action here, but hitting .282, 20 runs batted in. He's 44 for 156. He bats lefty. Lewis leads off first. Here is the 0-1 pitch, and Pinch Thomas will line this one to second, but the ball is dropped. Bert Niehoff is touched up with an error. That's an E4. Second error for the Philadelphia Phillies. Lewis advances to second. Pinch Thomas on at first. And that brings up the shortstop, Everett Scott. Scott hitting .301, 17 runs batted in, 2 home runs on the season. Rixey deals. Here's the 0-2. Everett Scott swings, grounder to first. This should end the inning. And Fred Luteris does have it and tosses on to Rixey to retire the side. However, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 runners left on. The Red Sox lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the second here at Fenway Park. Mike Silva says, hey, Chris Slovic, were you able to find any bidders in Pakistan last Sunday? Must have had a ringing head there. That was fun. That was such a fun time we had with Chris last week. All right, always a fun time, whether tight or sober, with Christopher Slovic and an Abner Dumbledorf Dickey Shong Chopper of the Pottstown Child Laborers. We should name a league that. All right, here's Bills Becker. Becker hitting just .230, 28 ribbies, 4 home runs, leading it off of Philadelphia. Be followed by Rabbit Killefer and Bobby Byrne. Dutch Leonard with the 2-1 delivery to Becker. Becker cuts on this one, slow roller to second base, plenty of time to make the play, and a quick throw by McNally to Blitzel to retire Bills Becker. 1 up, 1 down here for Rabbit Bill Killefer, hitting .241, 13 runs batted in for him. Dutch Leonard has the side from catcher Pinch Thomas. Here's the delivery. Killefer swings in the first pitch. This one, routine ground ball to short. Not a problem for Everett Scott as he fires onto a Blitzel for the 6-3 putout. 2 up and 2 down now for Bobby Byrne, the shortstop, hitting .281, 11 ribbies for Bobby Byrne. Another player that deserves some recognition. Dutch Leonard with the 1-1 pitch to Bobby Byrne. Byrne swings, and this one, a little blooper to first. This is going to be a close play, and they do not get Bobby Byrne. Infield single. Let's have a look at that one again. Nice close play at first. Bobby Byrne with enough speed getting down the first base line. And here we go. All right, so Bobby Byrne on for the Philadelphia Phillies with 2 away. And number 8 hitter Bert Niehoff in there now. 295 average in the season, 10 runs batted in. Bobby Byrne at first. Dutch Leonard brings it home. And this one, high fly ball to right field. This one has some distance, but measuring up and making the catch is Chick Shorten. So Philadelphia gets a hit, strands a runner, and we go to the bottom of the second inning, and it's the Boston Red Sox 2, the Philadelphia Phillies nothing. And it will be Mike McNally, Dutch Leonard, and Dick Hoblitzel due up for the 1916 Boston Red Sox. It's Cooney 007 joining us here at Fenway. Thanks for coming in. Carlos Yaz says the Dent home run was gut-wrenching after the Sox meltdown down the stretch. Yep. All right, here we go. Rixey will face Mike McNally here. McNally hitting 171, 15 ribbies, 2 home runs. The 1-2 pitch to McNally. McNally swings, and this one just a little bloop back to the mound, fielding off to the right and not in time. Rixey, by the time he gets to that ball, McNally is on at first. Now here's Dutch Leonard. Dutch Leonard hitting 140 with 3 runs batted in. Rixey checks McNally at first. Here's the 1-0. And Leonard shows bunt and misses the count 1-1. Rixey brings it home again. And this one bunted back to pitcher. The only play will be to first. Leonard fields it, and Rixey fires on to first to retire the runner. So sacrifice successful. McNally at second. We're back at the top of the order for the Red Sox. And Dick Hoblitzel. Boston leading 2-0 here, bottom of the second. McNally leads off second. Rixey peers over his left shoulder. Quick check of the runner. Has the sign from Rabbit Killefer. And the 0-1 to Hoblitzel. Hoblitzel swings, hitting 375 with runners in scoring position. And this will be a routine 4-3 putout. Mike McNally moves to third, and that will bring up Chick Shorten. Chick Shorten 1-for-1 in the ball game. Rixey fires and deals. Chick Shorten swings. This one twisting foul, first base side, and measuring up and making the play is Fred Luderis. The Red Sox get a hit, and they strand one at third. And we go to the top of the third, and we go to our player of the game now. We'll read about him. It is 2-0. So, once again, fair use, copyright, and all that kind of stuff. Today's reading, I'm sounding like an Anglican here. Anyhow, will be from the Biographical Encyclopedia Baseball. And we're going to talk about Rixey, Hall of Fame pitcher. So let me just get to his entry in this book, which Bernie bought and said it was the best $7 he ever spent. Guys, it's a 1,300-page book, and it's absolutely wonderful, 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 wonderful. Cannot give this book high enough praise. It's one of those wonderful, wonderful baseball books that we'll never, ever, ever see again. All right. Rixey. All right, here we go, gents. So he was born on the 3rd of May, 1891 in Culpeper, Virginia. Died February 28th, 1963, Cincinnati, Ohio. Made his debut on the 21st of June in 1912. Batted right through left. And Eppa was a big dude, 6'5", and 210 pounds. All right. Here we go. Until surpassed by Warren Spahn, Rixey held the National League record for victories by a left-hander with 266. He held on to the 20th Century National League record for career losses with 251. Through 1999, his .515 winning percentage remained the worst of any starter in the Hall of Fame. National League umpire Cy Rigler, who was spending the offseason studying law and coaching basketball and baseball there, discovered Rixey on the University of Virginia campus. While he was also smart, Rixey was playing basketball on the school team when Rigler encouraged him to try his hands at pitching. The umpire was so impressed with Rixey's fastball that he predicted a future in professional baseball for the youth. "I plan to be a chemist," replied an uninterested Rixey. Rigler countered, "I'll make a deal with you. I'll arrange for the Phillies to give you a $2,000 bonus and we'll split it." Rixey did sign on with the Phillies, but the National League just adopted a rule barring umpires from serving as scouts, so the bonus was voided. Rixey never pitched a day in the minors, although he took a detour before going to the Phillies in 1912. He wanted to finish up his undergraduate work, and he promised to stay in shape by working out in the school gymnasium. The Phillies gave their consent, and Rixey did not report until June of that year. He finished his rookie season with a 10-10 record and a 2.50 earned run average. Philadelphia won the 1915 pennant behind the league-leading 31 wins by Grover Cleveland Alexander. Rixey was 11-12 with a respectable 2.39 earned run average. The Phillies lost 3 of the first 4 games of the World Series to Boston, but they carried a 4-2 lead into the 8th inning in Game 5. Rixey had entered the game in relief in the 3rd inning and had not allowed a run, but he was tagged by Duffy Lewis for a 2-run homer in the 8th that tied the game, and Harry Hooper greeted Rixey with a series-winning home run in the 9th. In 1916, Rixey rebounded with the first of 4 20-win seasons. His earned run average is a career low 1.85, and he struck out a personal best 134 batters. However, the following season he became one of the few pitchers to win 20 games one season and lose 20 the next. On February 22, 1921, the Philadelphia Phillies traded him to the Reds for pitcher Jimmy Ring and outfielder Greasy Neal. Rixey won 20 games 3 times and had 2 19-win seasons during his 13-year stay with the Reds. A 191 career hitter, Rixey once collected a homer, 2 doubles, and 2 singles in the same game against Hall of Famer Jesse Haynes of the St. Louis Cardinals. He excitedly phoned his fiancée in Cleveland to tell her the news. "Goodness," she exclaimed, "something dreadful is about to happen in St. Louis if you hit a home run." Her intuition was correct. The next day, a tornado touched down there. Rixey was a turtle in the base paths. He spent a decade in the majors before he swiped his first base. 3 years later, he went after number 2, teaming up with the equally lead-footed Bubbles Hargrave in a double steal attempt. Gabby Hartnett, the best thrower in the game, couldn't believe it, chortled Rixey. He just stood there open-mouthed and forgot to throw. Rixey delivered winning records the first 8 years he was at Cincinnati. In 1922, he won a league-leading 25 games, and he won at least 20 in 1923 and 1925. Toward the end of his career, Rixey was often used in relief. Once, after a tough day at the ballpark, Rixey's car was pulled over by a Cincinnati police officer, and Rixey was issued a speeding ticket. When Rixey appeared in court, the judge found him guilty and fined him $10, but then suspended the fine. Afterwards, he explained his leniency. "It seemed to me," said the judge, "that Mr. Rixey deserved some consideration because he probably was preoccupied with worry over having been knocked out of the box yesterday afternoon and wasn't really himself when he was driving last night." Eppa was Rixey's real first name, but he was also known as Jephthah, the nickname a creation of Cincinnati sports writer Bill Fallon, who simply liked the sound of it. "It sounds," a tolerant Rixey mused, "like a cross between a Greek letter fraternity and a college yell." After retiring from the game in 1933, Rixey went full-time into the insurance business he had started. His 21 seasons in the National League were a record until Steve Carlton surpassed him. Rixey was a fan favorite. Writer Ira Smith once observed that, quote, "his good sportsmanship and fine traits of character were the main factors in his popularity." Rixey died in 1963, the same year he was named to the Hall of Fame. So there we go, a pitcher definitely deserving of recognition. So 266 career wins, 251 losses, a .515 winning percentage, 692 games, struck out 1,350, walked 1,082, and finished with an earned run average of 3.15. So an excellent pitcher. Not maybe what we would think of in terms of the top tier pitchers of the Hall of Fame, like Walter Johnson, uh, Christy Mathewson, what have you, but nonetheless deserving the Hall of Fame. So there you go. Rixey is our player of note tonight. Thank you, Cousin Ken, and welcome in. All right. Not sure what Cousin's talking about over here. Something. Oh, national pastime. Okay, gotcha. Like to keep up. All right. Tex Ag's adding in about Rixey. He died of a heart attack on February 20th, 1963, 1 month after his election to Hall of Fame. I'm glad he lived to see it. Becoming the first player to die between election and induction to the Hall of Fame. Smart guy, University of Virginia. You're not a slouch when you go to that school. And wanted to be a chemist and ended up a Hall of Fame pitcher. Not too shabby. All right, and here is Rixey. I love the double steal story. He and Bubbles Hargrave and Hartnett, Gabby Hartnett, Hall of Fame catcher, just stood there and forgot to throw as the two slowest guys in the league pull off a double steal. Guys, that is every story that you're going to read about players that I found in this wonderful, wonderful book. It's done by the editors of Total Baseball. Always has some really, really cool anecdotes. So it's not just this kind of dry biography of players. Ask Bernie. I mean, for $7, 1,300-page, beautiful hardcover book. It's got some heft to it because the paper stock is real, real good. It's bound in really nice signatures. Well done book. And it was published by Sports Illustrated. And you can get this thing on eBay for $7, $8. Your loss if you don't get it. It's not just old-time players either. Players up to 2000. The imprint on it is year 2000. Plenty to dig into. All right, back to it now. As Dutch Leonard delivers to his mound opponent. Here is the wind and the pitch. And Rixey swings, and this one just a little pop-up on the infield. And running in and making the catch from second base is Mike McNally for 1 out. Back at the top of the order for Possum Witted. Got to find out why he got that nickname. He is 0 for 1 in the game. The righty stands in against the lefty Dutch Leonard, who deals the 1-1 pitch. He grounded to short last time, shows bunt and misses the count 1-2. Leonard deals the count 2-2 now. Witted swings on this pitch, fouled behind the plate, and running back and making the catch is Pinch Thomas. All right, 2 away now for Milt Stock. Milt Stock got gunned down. A little bit of, not much of a choice though, but Milt Stock, nice outfield assist there by the Red Sox from center field by Tilly Walker. Here's the 2-1 to Milt. And last time he walked, and this time a gapper into center field, and this will be good for extra bases. Milt Stock is rounding second. Milt Stock is going for the 3-bagger, and he's going to have it as the throw comes into the cutoff man, and they'll fire it home to keep Stock on third. So a 2-out triple, and here's Fred Luteris. He is 1 for 1. So Philadelphia looking for his first run here in the top of the third, down 2-0. Leonard from the stretch to Fred Luteris in the 1-2 pitch. Luteris swings, and this one grounded deep to short. Diving stop at short. The throw is going to be off target. That's going to be an E3. So the error on Dick Kablitzel, Milt Stock will come in and score. And the Philadelphia Phillies have cut this Boston Red Sox lead in half. It's now 2-1. Gavy Kravitz up there now, 0 for 1. Kravitz gunned down in this game. Dutch Leonard deals. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Kravitz swings. This one hard hit. High fly ball going out to right. Back and off the wall. Gavy Kravitz having one hell of a season. And he's going to pick up an RBI triple. And the Philadelphia Phillies tied up here. It is 2-2 in the top of the third. Let's have a look at that one again. So this one, 93 off the bat of Kravitz. Big high arcing shot. I thought it had a chance to get out of here. But just off Coca-Cola, which we learn relieves fatigue. All right. So we are tied here, 2 down. Gavy Kravitz on the third, and here is Beals Becker. He is nothing for one. Dutch Leonard from the stretch. Becker swings on this first pitch, and fly ball center field. And in its sights is Tilly Walker, and he will make the catch. But the Philadelphia Phillies of 1915 score 2 runs and leave one in scoring position as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rixey will face Tilly Walker, Larry Gardner, and Duffy Lewis. All right, Tilly Walker, nothing for one. And here is the 2-2 pitch. Tilly Walker swings this one, routine ground ball to shortstop. And Bobby Byrne will make the play. So Bobby Byrne will be somebody that we will also be featuring some nights. A superb player. All right, here's Larry Gardner, bats in the 4th slot. He is nothing for one. Bernie says, hey, good evening there, Todd B. Good to see you. No such thing as too many games and projects. Blasphemy, he says. Absolutely. Bernie says, Beatles, there's an update to that encyclopedia. Ah, really? So not many pages. Did by the National League Dead Ball Stars and American League Dead Ball Stars, both published by Saber. Well, thank you. No, I have to pick that up. I do not have that. So I guess that's on Saber's website. All right. So update to that encyclopedia, updated to that, not as many pages. I think I do remember that. If I can find it, I'll certainly buy it. I can't imagine it's gonna be mostly players 2001, 2002, 2003. So I may pick it up. But the Dead Ball Stars, that one interests me. So I will definitely check out Saber's sites. Oh, Bernie, being a good guy, game sound's going to cut out here for a sec, gents. And Dead Ball Stars of the National League. There it is. Oh, boy, does that look sexy. Oh, yeah, got to pick that up. All right, thank you, Bernie Strom. Bernie Strom and I spending a lot of time suggesting books to one another. So, all right. Thank you, Bernie. Oh, thank you, cousin. Guys, I gotta go off mic here for a second. I'm sorry. Just yeah, hang on just 1 sec. All right, really important. Hey, back guys. Thank you. Sorry about that, but at least you got to see a well turned into a blowout, didn't it? So the Philadelphia Phillies um, got some other games here, but we're not going to autoplay these very quickly because we've been moving through the season kind of fast, and there's some players that we haven't seen yet. So how about Gavy Kravitz? He is just on fire right now. So good stuff. Let's look at some possible pitching matchups, just some teams that we haven't seen yet. Um, so some we're not going to worry about too much. So Louisville Grays at 5-53. I don't think we're going to worry about them too much, but we have some good stuff here. A good game that we could do, 19th century. Although both the Providence Grays with a winning record right now, 29-27. They've got to face the 44-14, 1894 Baltimore Orioles. So that could be a fun one. We haven't seen the Worcester Ruby Legs playing at all. So we got to just do a game with them. And they're not doing as badly as we thought. And then the Dead Ball League, of course. Lots of fun stuff there. So we're going to check the standings here really quickly. And then we're going to call this one the broadcast. And again, sorry guys that had to sort of run, but you guys were doing fine. Look at you talking about all kinds of stuff here. So the 1894 Baltimore Orioles have a 2.5 game lead. They are at 44-14, 2.5 up on the 1899 Phillies. They're 3 ahead of the 1899 Superbas. The Pittsburgh Alleghenies, pretty surprising here. 38-17, 4.5 back, and then it starts to open up from there. Detroit 9 back, 9.5, and so forth. In the Wagner division, the McGregor League, so the dead ball, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates just of 1902, the winner of Chris Slovik's Creators Cup, a half game in front of the 1915 Philadelphia Phillies. The 1914 Braves, 2 games back. The 1905 Giants, 3 back. The 1916 Robins, 3.5 back. So really, you have to go all the way down to the Boston Red Sox, 7 games out. So the Wagner division, really tight. So it's anybody's horse race at this point. We can look at let's look at a few sort of league leaders here, and then we'll get out of here. We'll get out of here. Yeah, there we go. So that's not the one I'm looking for, but there's so much good stuff here to look at. This league newspaper is amazing. If you guys haven't checked this out on Out of the Park Baseball, you really should. There's everything from medical diagnoses written up. There's the first year player draft. Beckley here socks it to the Brown Stockings, cracks 5 hits. Great news stories. And of course, you can go and watch any of these games that you want. I have that saved now that you can do that. And this tracks with every day of the season. So, all right, Mike is turning in, and I think we're going to shut it down. So, guys, thank you for coming in. And again, that was a super important phone call I had to take. So, I do appreciate your bearing with me, and we at least got the broadcast done. Yeah, and that's the nice thing, Bernie. He says, these are the kinds of things that you can't get with cards and dice, which is true. That doesn't make digital better than cards and dice. Just very different, which is why I love it, so much. I love playing baseball. Doesn't matter. I'm going to get back into some cards and dice here. Offline for right now. With maybe once Dwayne starts his World Series project in Out of the Park Baseball, then maybe I'll do a little digital diamond, pick a season or something, and whatever. Yeah, I'd like to do some head-to-head baseball. Always fun, and you can do that, of course, in Action PC Baseball as well. Carlos Yaz, thank you, man, for coming in. Thank you, guys, and I think that's pretty much it. Cousin Ken. It says, Cousin Ken talks about it got heated sometimes in the Town League. Good stuff, guys. All right. Well, thank you very, very, very much. Again, at one point we had 12 people in here, and I will take that. I'm going to be doing a game coming up pretty soon just because I haven't done one in a while. On MLB The Show. It'll probably be on a day that Legends isn't doing a broadcast, and won't be me broadcasting the game, obviously, but just the in-game broadcasters because I don't want to sort of try to do what he's doing. Who can, right? Um, but I really, really encourage you. This game is so excellent. I love it, and yeah. So I guess that is pretty much it, and we will look at keep moving on with this one. I definitely would check those books out, Bernie. Really, really excited about them. Gonna go on Saber's site, pick those up. So, oh yeah, quit sliding them. So there's a way in sleight of hand that you can do that. Um, and it's an optical illusion. If you're really, really good, you can't catch a dice slider. I wouldn't do that to you guys though. If we ever played head to head, cousin Ken. But there's a way that you can hold a die while you're rolling another one, and both dice look like they're rolling, but one of them actually isn't. It's just spinning. Takes some serious practice, but that's why they have a rail on craps tables. So Bernard says to go on eBay. All right, I will definitely do that. I need to save the money. Again, the job I have, which is really nice, pays weekly. I didn't even think jobs like that existed anymore. But FedEx, a global company, and they pay you either paid weekly or daily there if you're a driver. A lot of their drivers are paid daily. So I'm going to be able to build up the old baseball library a little bit more quickly. So, all right. All right, guys. If it wasn't so late, I would do an Ernie Harwell game, but I have a feeling that I would be the only one listening to it, so we're just going to shut it down for the night. But Tex Ag says, check this out. If you're interested in getting into cards and dice games, Chris Swade is selling some great Apple cards. Bought some in the Negro League. Really, really fun. Link is above. I may down the line again. Tex, what's nice about Baseball for Windows is all the cards are in there. But yeah, definitely. So I would roll dice and play it, and actually use Digital Diamond Baseball as its companion. So because the Master cards are in Baseball for Windows, and I know you're talking about possibly buying it. Aaron Reed stopped in here earlier. Sorry, Aaron, if you're still here. Couldn't announce the game. In the fourth inning, I got like a call, friend in crisis that I had to deal with. So, well, yeah, but Todd B, with the paper stat keeping, you don't have to with Digital Diamond Baseball. So, there's a great Saber video with Mark Cohen, and he talks about and goes through it. So just look it up on YouTube. Goes through it. Plus, there's some great guides, but there's no paper stat keeping with it. You can still roll the bones, man. Still roll the bones. I remember the paper stat keeping though back as an undergrad. As I told you guys, we played tons of Status Pro and lots of APA and some Strat, and it was like, wow. But we did it. We did it, and pouring over the stats. So Ken's going off. He says, "You guys keep talking about paper stat keeping with 3 question marks." And he says, "I have almost every stat available with ball stat." Yikes. So Bernie says that he enjoys cards and dice. He finds it relaxing, but when he plays PC games, he is playing seriously. So yeah, that Digital Diamond cards and dice companion is great because it works with any game, right? It's because there's a whole huge list of commands. It was actually funny. I'm trying. What was the name? He had. He says he has hard coded in the game. There's a command that prevents. I think it was the Joe Carter home run or something. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was really funny. But really, really good stuff from Saber with Mark Cohen, Digital Diamond Baseball, and Status Pro Baseball is built into the game back to 1927. But you can go further back if you want. The game actually generates cards. It also generates, I don't know, maybe to this level, but Digital Diamond also generates all kinds of nice, cool reports and stuff that you can look at too. So, damn fine product. I wouldn't play it as a straight digital game, but now he's got me like, okay, now I want to play, and a chance to revisit Status Pro Baseball again since it's there. I don't know how he did that. I don't know if the game is in the public domain or what have you, but it's built right into it. So Ken Castro says he hasn't used a score sheet in 10 years. So, oh yeah, I've played Digital Diamond. It is very good on its own. Oh no, going off is good. Going off is good. And yep, as TexAg says, you don't have to buy seasons. And Mark talks about that very, very early on in that Saber video. And he makes a point. And I mean, here's proof here with Out of the Park. You get everything. There's no game out there that has everything like this. This is the only one. But Mark says it's out there. Why charge for seasons? And it hasn't hurt Out of the Park. It's certainly not hurting Digital Diamond, especially this year. I think this is his best addition. Adding in that companion was brilliant. But I will say this though, Tex. I give a pass to DK Sports because of their brilliant customer service, and even when not on sale, their seasons are cheaper than a lot of other game companies. Right now, I've been working with John. After I sign off here, I've been having trouble with Action PC Baseball. He's given me a couple other things to try, and a fresh version of the classic 70s decade, which is consistently crashing on me, and a couple other seasons are as well. So, I've invested in that game, and I will, but I prefer games where everything is available. I really, really do. If not, I will pick and choose what I buy, excluding Action PC, which I bought everything for it. But like Diamond Mine Baseball, for instance, I've bought enough for that I have enough what ifs to do there for, 10 more lifetimes and stuff like that. So, yeah. And I know Legends was on here and said he would never buy a game where he had to pay for seasons. So I'm guessing he doesn't. I don't know if maybe at one time he played Action PC or whatever. Baseball for Windows. I have everything for that up to 1997 because of the encyclopedia import. But again, that's I put some money into that game, and I would buy more. I would buy seasons for Baseball for Windows if they would actually get a broadcaster. But I don't want to hear Ernie just saying letters of the alphabet once you get past 1997. Whatever. Just not fun. Lifetimes aren't as long as Bernie thinks. Well, let me tell you this, Bernie. I plan to live forever. So far, so good. I don't know, TexAgs. I mean, I can bring it up, and what happens? This happens all the time. So a classic 70s decade, because I was going to every once in a while do some 70s baseball on the channel because it was a hell of a decade. And as soon as after the first pitch, right, no matter what it is, I can hit any button and the game just freezes constantly. So it's that. There's a few other the few other ones that it does it with. It's hit and miss, but that one I can reproduce that every single time. And John has been an absolute champ at DK Sports, which is why I will keep buying Action PC Baseball every year, even if the update is just tiny. They deserve it. So they do get a pass on buying seasons. But I'm waiting for the next game to invest in, to buy seasons for. And I haven't seen anything out there that's really made me want to buy seasons. I mean, I know PC Replay is great, but I can watch Bernie play that game, and I can watch Al play that game. Those seasons are just too expensive. You can't do mashup leagues in that the same way, according to Robbie Wartburg, that you can in something like this or Action PC Baseball. And as you guys know, I love what if seasons and what if projects. If I want to do a season replay, I've got 3 games that can do that. 4 games, technically 5 that can do it. So, waiting. Hopefully somebody comes out with something that's going to make me want to buy every damn thing they have. So Carlos says I have issues sometimes with Action PC basketball. If you play it in the background, it locks up. Yeah. So the thing with, I will say this about Action PC baseball, not to, because I don't want to come off as a fanboy. What surprises me, and Mike Silva and I were talking about this on Saturday when we had our bit of a chin wag, is it's more resource intensive than out of the park baseball. So while out of the park baseball takes priority, so if I'm clicking over on the chat when a game's going on, the game sound will go out. But I've looked at it in Task Manager, and out of the park baseball uses, you would think it's just much better optimized than Action PC baseball. Prove a point, because this uses databases that are actually larger than Action PC baseball. Just bring up the baseball history collection and watch. And it's happened to Steve. It happens to me. So it's not a well optimized game. I have, that would be my knock on Action PC baseball. The only knock, really. And Clinton Parks, he is in here with us. Tex says he likes to replay PC, and it allows for companion cards and dice, but you do have to buy the seasons. Yeah, and I mean the seasons are a little bit pricey. So my thing, when for me again, and I think you guys would be like this too. Yeah, you know what? If I had tons and tons and tons of money, I would probably want every baseball sim out there. I mean, that's how much I love baseball. But my question is, what will the game bring to the table that I don't know how many baseball sims I have that they cannot do, and that's what I'm not seeing. So, you know, again, one could argue, well, then why did you buy Action PC Baseball? Well, it does some things that that this game doesn't, and vice versa. So it's all in what you love, though. I mean, so I think in cards and dice, though, I think that's a little bit different. I think that's a little bit different. Yep, cards and dice don't crash. You're absolutely right. But if you have cats, so Clinton plays the set C bots and uses the board game companion. So you don't even use the Status Pro cards that are built into the game, Clinton, at all in Digital Diamond Baseball, really? Because I mean the game's in there, so I'm just curious why you wouldn't use those cards that are at least for Status Pro and Digital Diamond Baseball. Just curious, why not? Because you say you don't play the sets in Digital Diamond. Is there a difference? I mean, I wasted my freshman and sophomore and junior year, not wasted, but whatever, as an undergrad playing Status Pro baseball. So, okay, so you have every season already for Status Pro. Okay. Fad dinkum. Fad dinkum. So Bernie's got World Series coming up 1967, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, Boston Red Sox, San Francisco Giants. So that should be a good one. For Status Pro, you still need to look up results in the charts. Yeah, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that. All right, yeah, Ken. Do you want another game? I'll do a game. I'll do a game on here. Do you want to do a game, Ken? It'll be you and me, but we'll do a game, sure. Or shall we switch leagues? Hey, JT Dutch. Hope everything's going well. I presume. No, you're fine. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do another game. We'll do another game. Do you guys want an Ernie Harwell game, or do you want something from here, or what? Yep, Clinton also plays National Pastime Next Generation Plus and National Pastime 3. National Pastime Next Generation Plus, you can get every season. That's nice. And you can even play digitally. So you have a roster card every season. Yeah. Game 2, 1967 results on the Facebook page. All right, let's play a game, but we're going to switch to just the franchise greats, I think, at this point. So let's load a game. And let's go back to the yellow part. You guys can pick the franchises if you want. And we'll do one more. Yeah, OP. There it is, right in front of my face. This is really cool, by the way. I don't play Perfect Team, but they've done a card for Tim Wakefield, and I think that's really awesome. So we have an easy mission for everyone to complete to get the All-Star Knuckleballer and Perfect Team. We miss you, Tim. I think that's really cool. So I might slide in just to get it. He was a former Pittsburgh Pirate. All right. Anyhow, we'll have some hardcore stick around. Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. So Myths League it is. This one's not a serious project like the CML. This is like just this one's more for fun. All right, let's see what we have on tap here, gents. For games, we have Pirates and Reds, Deacon Felipe versus Dolph Luque, Braves Nationals. Oh no, that game was already played. Never mind. Brewers Cubs, Ben Sheets, Mordecai Brown. Rockies Padres. Not really interested in the Padres. Sorry. Let me see. Blue Jays Cardinals. Roy Halladay, Harry Burkeen. That could be a good one. Mets Marlins. Nah. Let's see. Diamondbacks Dodgers. Brandon Webb against Dazzy Vance. Tigers and Rays. Hal Newhouser. Blake Snell. Orioles Red Sox. Urban Shocker. Pedro Martinez. Maybe we'll do that one. Phillies Rangers. Meh. I don't care. You guys, the Seattle Pilots against the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, okay, let's watch the slaughter. Arizona and Dodgers. Okay, Carlos Yaz. He picks the team. All right, so it will be the Diamondbacks against the Dodgers. That's what we'll play. Brandon Webb, Dazzy Vance. Let's do it. All right. This should be fun. All right. For the Arizona Diamondbacks, we'll be playing tonight in Chavez Ravine. Attendance 54,718. Partly cloudy, 55 degrees, and the wind blowing out to center 7 miles per hour. AJ Pollock, Ketel Marte, Luis Gonzalez, Paul Goldschmidt, Miguel Montero, Justin Upton, David Peralta, Nick Ahmed, and Stephen Drew. We do have a DH in this league. And then Brandon Webb making the start. So this is going to be first game for both of these teams. For the Dodgers, Mike Griffin, Dixie Walker, Mike Piazza, Duke Snyder, Pedro Guerrero, Zach Wheat, Jackie Robinson, Steve Garvey, and Pee Wee Reese, and taking them out, Dazzy Vance. And let's see, what do we have here as far as, I don't know, do we have... We'll just see what things look like. Let's get to the ball. These ballparks that come with this game are really, really beautiful. Move everything over a little bit. Guess we'll go with the wide camera view. And here we go. All right, AJ Pollock will start things off here. Dazzy Vance will finish his warm-up pitches, and we'll take a quick trip around Dodger Stadium. Weird to think this is the third oldest ballpark in the major leagues. Vance now to deal. Pollock, big swing and a miss. Dazzy Vance from the 0-2 pitch with a fastball. All right, here's Ketel Marte, second baseman. Vance deals. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Marte swings, and this one hopped into foul territory, and Piazza drops the ball. So that's going to be an error on Piazza. Marte back in the box. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Marte ripping a miss. Dazzy Vance, 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. Luis Gonzalez now, good contact, good power. Vance deals the 2-2 pitch to Gonzalez. And Dazzy Vance strikes out the side to start it off. So Arizona gets nothing, just an error, and the Dodgers come to bat here in the bottom of the first. Mike Griffin will lead it off, playing center field. Brandon Webb deals. And Mike Griffin caught looking. So lots of strikeouts here. Brandon Webb picking up the strikeout. Here's Dixie Walker now. Dixie Walker, one of those players who was against Jackie coming to the big club in Brooklyn. The 2-1 pitch to Walker. And Walker, hard hit ground ball to second. And up with it. But too late with the throw was Marte. And Dixie Walker will get a base hit, and it brings up Mike Piazza, native of Pennsylvania, Hall of Fame catcher. Walker leads off first. Webb with a check of the runner. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Piazza looks at a called strike 3. Nice changeup there by Brandon Webb. 2 strikeouts for him, and here's the Duke of Flatbush. Duke Snyder, designated hitter tonight. Brandon Webb with a 3-1 delivery. And Snyder lays off and works the walk in the 3-1 count. So 2 aboard for the Dodgers, and here's Pedro Guerrero. Webb deals the full count, and this one missing outside. Brandon Webb in trouble now as the Dodgers have him loaded with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And here's Zach Wheat. We featured Zach a few nights ago. John DFW. There we go. I should have asked you. We could have changed the lineups, Texags, but every once in a while, if you want a pinch hitter or something, let me know. You can manage these Dodgers. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Zach Wheat. Wheat swings and stings this one into the left field corner for extra bases. Zach Wheat is going to have at least 2 RBI on this one. Coming around, this is going to be 3 RBI for Zach Wheat. The tag, and Guerrero is in there. And it will be a Zach Wheat double. And it's 3-0 Dodgers here at the bottom of the first. They're going to keep a short leash on Brandon Webb as number 7 hitter Jackie Robinson steps up to the plate now. Webb pitches with 2 down, the 3-1 pitch to Jackie. Ball 4 outside. So the sinker missing by Brandon Webb. 2-1, Zach Wheat in second, Jackie Robinson in first, and here's Steve Garvey. Webb deals the 0-1. Garvey swings. This should end the inning. Grounded to second, and Marte up and over to retire the side. But the Dodgers pick up 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left on. We go to the top of the second. It's the Dodgers 3, the Diamondbacks nothing. JT Dutch says, if you gents had to make an all-star Dodger team, who would you start at first, Hodges or Steve Garvey? Oh, okay. Gil Hodges. Definitely Gil Hodges. Big Steve Garvey fan, but I would start Hodges. JT, you are a Dodger fan. Who are you going to start? Oh, you would start Hodges. Right. Todd says he doesn't know if I'm going to make it back. Is my mic off? No, it's on. Anyhow, I'm back. Hi, Todd. Zach Wheat was on John DFW's Ned McGreevy team. Zach Wheat, one of the greats. All right, it's going to be Paul Goldschmidt here to lead it off. Dazzy Vance struck out the side back in the top of the first. The 3-1 pitch to Paul Goldschmidt. And this pitch misses inside, ball 4. Dazzy Vance missing with the hammer. Goldschmidt with some speed on it first. Miguel Montero now. The lefty stands in against Vance. Vance peers in, has the sign from Piazza. The check of Goldschmidt at first. The 3-1 delivery. And now Dazzy Vance getting a little bit of Brandon Webb-itis as Montero works the walk. So 2-on for Justin Upton. Dazzy Vance going to be looking for the 2 ball here. 2-2 pitch. Upton swings, and this one liner into center, diving catch in left field by Zach Wheat. Zach Wheat showing why he's a Hall of Famer, and we are going to look at that beautiful play by Zach Wheat in left field again. Covering a lot of territory, and there he is. And if you're going to make an all-time Dodgers team, that man in left field, Zach Wheat, has to be on an all-time Dodgers team. Asking JT Dutch, our Dodgers fan, if he agrees with Zach Wheat. All-time great Dodger. All right, here's David Peralta now. Batting with 2 down, 1 out and 2 on. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Peralta. Peralta cuts and misses. Big curveball there by Dazzy Vance for his 4th strikeout of the game. Goldschmidt at second, Montero on at first. Here's Nick Ahmed now, shortstop. Vance deals to Ahmed. Ahmed swings, and this one a line to right field, but short of the track, and making the catch is Dixie Walker. So Arizona strands 2. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Dodgers 3, Arizona nothing. And we will see Pee Wee Reese, Mike Griffin, and Dixie Walker due up for them bums. Brandon Webb with 2 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Reese. Reese swings. This one, a little shallow fly. It's going to get down into center for a base hit to the Dodgers with their 3rd hit of the game. Pee Wee Reese is aboard, and we're back at the top of the order. Mike Griffin, 0-for-1. Webb deals. Here's the 1-1. Griffin swings. This one lined into the corner, down the left field line. This will be extra bases for Griffin. And rounding 3rd, but holding, is Pee Wee Reese. So the Dodgers, with nobody out here in the bottom of the second, 2 in scoring position, it brings up Dixie Walker. Dixie Walker, 1-for-1 in the game. Brandon Webb works out of the stretch. Walker swinging on the first pitch. This one is grounded down the right field line, and Dixie Walker has just batted in too. And we have us a slaughter going on here at Chavez Ravine as the Dodgers lead, and I'm trying not to call them the LA Dodgers, as the Dodgers lead 5-0. Good God. Thank you, Todd B. Says work calls in the morning. Good dropping a like on its way out. Thank you, Todd, for coming in. Always appreciate you. Sleep well, man. Be a game tomorrow night. Hopefully you won't have to wake up Saturday morning. All right, here's Mike Piazza batting with a runner in scoring position. The astute among you will notice some face gen here. That's because I haven't downloaded the latest photo pack out there. So, all right, here's Piazza, 0-for-1. Here's the pitch from Brandon Webb. Piazza swings. This one grounder to short, and up with that ball is Nick Ahmed. He will look Dixie Walker back to second. 1 away. Walker remains in scoring position at second for the Duke of Flatbush, one of my favorite all-time Dodgers. The 1-0. And Snyder stings this one to center field. Will it get down? It will. It's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Duke Snyder with an RBI double, and the Dodgers, it's 6-0, gentlemen. We will continue. Pedro Guerrero now. Brandon Webb deals. Here's the 3-1. Guerrero takes ball 4 outside. Sinker missing. Brandon Webb absolutely not sharp here against these Dodgers. We're in the bottom of the second, baseball fans, and Brandon Webb has already thrown 49 pitches. The Dave Parker. The Dave Parker debate. So, I vote yes for Dave Parker, Hall of Fame. JT says Parker's very good. I got to give Parker the nod for the Hall of Fame. Is he up there with the greatest outfielders in history? No, but I think he's put up some good numbers. Good enough for the Hall of Fame. So Texags kind of on the fence. All right, here is Zach Wheat. 3 runs batted in for him, so he's responsible for half the Dodger runs. Duke Snyder at second. Pedro Guerrero at first. Brandon Webb in trouble. 1 down, 2 on. Here is the pitch. Zach Wheat cuts in the first pitch, and this is going to be a line drive center field. And Zach Wheat's going to pick up another RBI. The throw to the plate, not in time. So Snyder scoring, and that is all for Brandon Webb. It's about time, with the Dodgers leading 7-0. So Zach Gallen will come on to pitch now. Brandon Webb is going to have a nice long shower in time to contemplate the universe getting shelled here by the Dodgers. Still 2 on. Guerrero at second. Zach Wheat at first. Zach Wheat now with 4 RBI in this Dodger onslaught. Gallen with a 2-1 delivery to Jackie Robinson. Jackie walked his last time up. This time, just a little fly ball that's going to drop into the glove of Nick Ahmed for the second out. I thought that was going to center for a second. Steve Garvey, nothing for 1. The 3-1 to Garvey. Garvey looks at ball 4 outside. Changeup missing there by Zach Gallen. And here's Pee Wee Reese. He's 1 for 1. So the Dodgers 7-7-1 in this game. Bases sold out. 2 down. Full count to Pee Wee Reese. And Zach Gallen walks in a run. So Pedro Guerrero will come in to score. And we're back at the top of the order. And Mike Griffin, Zach Wheat at third, Steve Garvey at second, Pee Wee Reese at first. Whew. All right. 8-0 Dodgers. We may have to make a chat call and see if we want to kind of speed this one up ahead or not. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he hits Mike Griffin. This one's becoming a lapper, gentlemen. 9-0 Dodgers. Bases still loaded. All right, here's Dixie Walker, 2 for 2, 2 runs batted in. Guys, I'm going to make an executive decision on this one. We're still going to do a game, just not this one. 10-0 Dodgers. So what we're going to do with this is let's move this ahead to the 7th inning. It's 15-3. Let's go to the 9th. It's 21-3. So we're going to pick another game. Oh my God. All right. So your final score, the Dodgers 21 and the Diamondbacks 3. The Dodgers collect 18 hits, 1 error. The Diamondbacks 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. I guess you can give them that. Let's see, how Dazzy Vance do? Holy moly! Dazzy Vance struck out 15 batters, was touched up for a home run. Valenzuela came on for whatever reason, God only knows, and struck out 1. Yeah, so let's pick another game. Holy hell. Wow, that was bad. Whoo. Expected a bit more. All right. Let me see here. What do we got? Todd left. We could have done Indians Mariners already done. Let's play out. I'm not going to read this important. Yeah, okay, no thanks. I don't really feel like. I don't want to play the major. Let's do this. Let's go to scores, and let's do Pirates Reds, I guess. Yeah, what? How about it? Okay, so here we go. That was insane. Certainly glad we did. So Brewers Cubs or Pirates Reds, guys. It's up to you guys. Ben Sheets, Mordecai Brown. Could be a good one. Wait for the call here. All right. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. That's the first one I saw up here. That's what we're going to be doing. Cannot be completed. Pittsburgh Pirates roster over limit. Are you kidding me? All right. So I got to send somebody down. Who am I going to send down? I'll send down. I got to send somebody down. Yeah, Bednar. Bednar, you're going down, buddy. Can I send him to reserve? I'm just going to release him. There we go. All right, let's try this again. There we go. There's Aaron Reed. He's back. All right. That's okay, Texags. If you got to go, man. All right, here we go. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Aaron Reed's and Big Clue, who we haven't seen in a while, Cincinnati Reds. All right, so Andrew McCutchen, Paul Wainer, Arky Vaughan, Hannes Wagner, Roberto Clemente, Ralph Kiner, Jason Kendall, Pie Trainer, and Bill Mazeroski. Deacon Felipe takes the hill. For the Cincinnati Reds, from top to bottom, Joe Morgan, Joey Votto, Frank Robinson, George Foster, Johnny Bench, Barry Larkin, Ed Roush, John Riley, and Heine Groh, and pitching Dolph Luque. Should be a fun one. So we're on our way to Great American Ballpark. Let's hope this one is not a slaughter. 49 degrees in Cincinnati, Ohio. Wind blowing right to left at 10 miles per hour. Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds, longtime rivals. And you know what? We're just going to leave it like this. It looks pretty. Let me see if we can get maybe a little closer. Nah. As I think the default is... Yeah, actually the default camera looks better. Let's look at the default camera. There we go. All right. Kutch leads it off here. Dolph Luque will finish his warm-up pitches. Let's take a trip without ever leaving the farm around Great American Ballpark in Queen City, also known as Porkopolis back in the day. And we're ready to rock and roll. Here's the pitch, the 1-2. And Dolph Luque gets the called strike 3 on Andrew McCutchen. 1 up, 1 down for the right fielder, or first baseman, I'm sorry, tonight, Paul Wainer. Luque deals. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Big Poison. Wainer swings, and this one a shot to right field, but right into the glove of the judge, Frank Robinson. It's a 2 up, 2 down now for the great Arky Vaughan. Arky Vaughan DHing tonight with Hannes Wagner in the lineup at short. Arky Vaughan, excellent contact hitter, pretty good power as well. Here's the pitch. Vaughn swings in the first pitch. This one lined to center field, but Ed Roush will make the catch. Ed Roush, a secret weapon out there for the Cincinnati Reds. So nothing across for the Bucks. We go to the bottom of the first, and it's Pittsburgh nothing, and the Reds coming to bat. Leading off here is little Joe Morgan. Deacon Felipe ready to deal. Here's the 0-2 to Morgan. Joe Morgan swings, pop this one up behind the plate, and waiting for it to come down and into the glove is Jason Kendall. So 1 up, 1 down now for Joey Votto. I think this is Joey Votto's last season. Please correct me if I'm wrong, baseball fans. I think Votto is done. So question for you, Joey Votto. Hall of Fame, yes or no? Deacon Felipe deals. The payoff pitch to Votto. Votto swings. This one grounded. Wagner up with it, and he will fire across to Paul Wainer for the 6-3 putout. So 2 Reds up, 2 Reds down. And here's the always dangerous Frank Robinson. Felipe deals. The count at 2-2 on Frank. And Robinson sends this one high and deep to center field, going back and watching it leave the yard. Kutch can only shake his head. Frank Robinson going yard for the Cincinnati Reds. This one 415 feet. And the Reds take an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's have a look at that one again. This one 103.1 miles per hour off the bat of the judge, and he got his money's worth. Touch him all, Frank. All right, 2 away. Here's George Foster. I had George Foster in one of my, not this last Shanks, but the one before that. Felipe with the 1-0 delivery to George Foster. Foster swings, popped high on the infield. And who are you going to call? Well, you're going to call Bill Mazeroski. So side retired, but on the Frank Robinson home run, that hit, and that was it. The Reds lead the Pirates 1-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. It'll be Hannes Wagner, Roberto Clemente, and Ralph Kiner. It's an interesting choice to put Wagner in the cleanup spot, but I didn't want to touch these lineups. Bouquet delivers. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the Flying Dutchman. And big swing and a miss. Wagner possibly chasing one out of the strike zone. Fastball. All right, one down here for Roberto Clemente, the great one. Rightfully playing right field. The 0-1 pitch to, he'd like to be called Bob by his friends. And lined into left for extra bases. Clemente should have a two-bagger out of this one. And indeed he will, as the throw gets in there from George Foster. So the Pirates with the tying run and scoring position. And here's Ralph Kiner. People used to come to Forbes just to watch Ralph hit, not to watch the Pirates play. Okay, delivers the payoff pitch to Kiner. And this one cuts the plate in half. Beautiful pitch by Dolph Luque. And that's a called strike 3. And that's Luque's third K of the game. 2 down now for Jason Kendall. Important part of those early 1990s Pirates squads. Here's the delivery. And Kendall just a little squibber to third. This should end the inning as Heine Grove fires onto first. So the Bucks get a hit, strand a runner in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the second. Cincinnati 1, Pittsburgh 0. Much better than that Dodgers Diamondbacks game we attempted. Johnny Bench, Barry Larkin, and Ed Roush due up. So, once again, guys, Aaron Reed, I'll pass the question to you at least. Joey Votto, Hall of Fame, yes or no? Deacon Philippe deals. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Johnny Bench. And Johnny Bench looking at a called strike 3. So beautiful fastball here. Felipe picking up his first strikeout of the game. Here's Barry Larkin now. Hall of Fame shortstop. The 0-2 delivery to Larkin. Larkin swings. This one grounder to second. Nice stop there by Mazeroski, but he rushes his throw. Wayner drops it at first. That's going to be an error on Mazeroski. Score that E4, and the speedy Barry Larkin is aboard. So Mazeroski out there with that gold glove, not shown at this time. All right, here's the center fielder, Ed Roush, Hall of Famer. Texag says no on Joey Votto. All right, good night, Bernie. Sleep well, buddy. So Bernie out there going on 10 o'clock. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch. Ed Roush swings. This should be 2. Grounded to second. They are not going to turn it. So Mazeroski will get the lead runner. So Larkin is out, but the even faster Ed Roush is now on first. 2 away now for John Riley, representing the 19th century. The only 19th century player in this contest. Riley, first baseman. He's a spray hitter. We'll have a quick look at his hitting tendencies. So mainly going to go toward Wagner. Sure, if it can hit it to all parts of the ballpark. Good contact hitter. 2 down. Ed Roush on at first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Riley tried to hold up, but strike 3. Deacon Felipe picks up the strikeout. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on. The Reds still maintaining a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the third. The Pittsburgh Pirates will send up Pie Trainer, Bill Mazeroski, and Andrew McCutcheon. Pie Trainer, Hall of Fame third baseman, in the box now from Framingham, Massachusetts. Okay, deals. Here is the pitch to Pie Trainer. Trainer swings, long fly ball to center field, and this is going to get over Ed Roush's head, and Trainer has himself lead off 2-bagger. So the Bucks now with a runner in scoring position, the time runner in scoring position. It brings up Bill Mazeroski, hero of the 1960 World Series. The payoff pitch to Maz. Maz swings and long drive to right field, and at the wall and making the catch is Frank Robinson, tagging and moving to third on the play as Pie Trainer. So the Bucks with the tying run just 90 feet away. We're back at the top of the order, and Andrew McCutcheon. Carlos Yaz says Votto, obviously a very good player, but in his opinion, not Hall of Fame. Still waiting for Aaron Reed's answer, as he's a Reds fan. All right, Kutch is 0 for 1 in this game. Luque deals. Here's the 1-2 from the stretch. McCutchen swings. This one drilled into the gap into left center, and the Bucks will tie it up as McCutchen will pick up a 2-bagger here with 1 down. All right, they're not too happy here on the Ohio River, but there you go. The Bucks tied up. Here's Paul Wainer, nothing for 1. McCutchen, pretty good speed at second. 1 away. Luque deals the 2-1 pitch to Paul Wainer. Big Poison swings. This one, a seeing eye single into right. So here come the Bucks, and coming around to score is Andrew McCutchen. So Paul Wainer picking up an RBI single, and Pittsburgh takes the lead here in the top of the 3rd. It's 2-1. Archie Vaughn, nothing for 1. Tutored personally by Hannes Wagner. Archie Vaughn, one of the greatest shortstops in the game. Paul Wainer at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Archie. Vaughn swings, drills this one into right field. Base hit for Archie Vaughn. So Paul Wainer had to hold up. Wasn't sure whether Frank Robinson was going to make the catch on that sinking liner. So 2 on for the Bucks, 1 down. Here's Hannes Wagner, who struck out his last time up. So Carlos Yas is the only place he's ever seen a game in person was at Riverfront. Several times. Riverfront, of course, one of those cookie-cutter stadiums that small market teams such as Cincinnati and Pittsburgh had. Philadelphia back in the day as well. St. Louis. Glad they're all gone. Even though the Pirates won 2 World Series at Three Rivers, PNC, much nicer park. All right, Paul Wainer at second. Archie Vaughn at first for Hannes Wagner. 1-0 pitch to the Flying Dutchman. Wagner swings. This one grounded to third. And Wagner will have himself an infield single. So Wagner with incredible speed. 2 down, though. So they do get the runner at third. Let's have a look at that play again. Just a regular old replay. All right. So they get Wainer at third. Gross steps in the bag, but unable to get Wagner at first. So 2 Buccos aboard, 2 runs in, and that brings up Roberto Clemente, 1 for 1. Dolph Luque peers in, has the sign. Here's the 0-2 to the great one. Doubled his last time. And this one, a flare into left, should stay up. And indeed it does, as George Foster will make the catch. But the Pittsburgh Pirates score 2 runs on 4 hits. They strand 2. And the Buccos lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Cincinnati Reds will send up Heine Groh, Joe Morgan, and Joey Votto. Heine Groh, third baseman, stands in and waits for Felipe's pitch. The payoff pitch to Heine Groh. And this one, a strike right down the middle. Fastball. Deacon Felipe challenging Heine Groh and winning the battle this time. Back at the top of the order now, Joe Morgan. Nothing for 1. Felipe with 3 strikeouts in this game. The 1-1 pitch to Morgan. And Morgan grounded to first. Paul Wainer will take this one unassisted to first. 2 outs. So key for the Bucks is to keep, you got to keep Joe Morgan off the bases. You got to keep Barry Larkin and Ed Roush off too. There's definite speed on this Cincinnati 9. Joey Votto, nothing for 1. Felipe has the sign from Jason Kendall. The wind and the 2-1 pitch. Joey Votto swings. This one grounded to Wainer at first, and he will take it to the bag himself. We've played 3 here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. It's the all-time great Pittsburgh Pirates 2 and the all-time great Cincinnati Reds 1. Ralph Kiner, Jason Kendall, and Pie Traynor. I would say in terms of power, the Pirates probably have some edge in power here with Clemente, who had some pop, certainly Ralph Kiner. Even Hannes Wagner, though you wouldn't think of him as a home run hitter. Koch could put it out. Power on the other side, of course, you've got Frank Robinson, Foster, bench. Pretty evenly matched teams, but we'll see. 1-2 pitch now coming to Ralph Kiner, who struck out his last time up. And Kiner's going to strike out. Nice curveball by Dolph Luque. That's his 4th K of the game. And here comes catcher Jason Kendall. He's nothing for one. Digs in on the right-hand side. Here's the 1-2 to Kendall. Kendall cuts on this one, and long fly ball to right field, and this is going to get down and hit the wall. And Jason Kendall will have himself a 1-out double. So the Lumber Company has shown up to play baseball here in Cincinnati. So the Bucks with potential third run in scoring position. Third baseman Pie Traynor now in the box. Traynor 1 for 1. The 1-1 pitch coming to Traynor, who doubled his last time up. Traynor grounds this one to first. Easy play for John Riley. He would take that 3 unassisted at first. Jason Kendall will move to third on the play. 2 down for Bill Mazeroski. Nothing for 1. 3-1 pitch to Maz. Mazeroski swings. High fly ball to right field. Frank Robinson has it in his sights, and he will make the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A runner left in scoring position. The Buccos maintain this thin 2-1 lead as we go to the home half of the 4th inning. And Frank Robinson will lead it off, followed by George Foster and Johnny Bench. Frank Robinson back in the bottom of the 1st, a solo shot. Deacon Felipe with 3 strikeouts. Here's the wind and the pitch. Frank Robinson swinging on the first pitch. This one driven to center field, but Great American Ballpark will hold this one. McCutcheon will make the catch for out number 1. So Felipe needs to be careful, as Frank Robinson is seeing him very well tonight. All right, here is George Foster, Cincinnati left fielder, nothing for 1. 1-2 pitch to George Foster. Foster, big swing and a miss. Felipe pulling the string there. Nice changeup. So 2 away. 4th strikeout for him, and here is Johnny Bench, nothing for 1. A 1-0 delivery to Bench. Bench swings. This one grounded deep, but Wagner with a strong peg onto Paul Wainer at first, and Cincinnati goes good morning, good afternoon, good night. We head to the top of the 5th. Pittsburgh still leading Cincinnati 2-1 with the Andrew McCutcheon, Paul Wainer, and Archie Vaughn. Dolph Luque at 4 strikeouts. Kutch 1 for 2 with a run batted in. The 0-2 pitch now from Dolph Luque. And Kutch sends this one right to second base. Joe Morgan will fire to John Riley for the 4-3 putout. 1 away for Big Poison. 1 for 2 RBI for Paul Wainer. RBI single last time. Wainer cuts on the 1-2 pitch. This one drilled to right. This one high. This one deep. And this one is history. Big Poison, 381 feet. And the Pirates lead the Reds now 3-1. So Big Poison and Little Poison, Paul Wainer, Lloyd Wainer, kind of double nicknames. First, because of the fielding prowess of each. I know Lloyd Wainer doesn't get a lot of love, but again, deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. And between those two, they were called that because that's where triples went to die and doubles went to die. Big Poison and Little Poison. They were poison to extra base hits. But also because of the way Brooklynites would say their name, and also New York Giants. Poison. So it became Big Poison, Little Poison. All right, little Pirates trivia for you there as the great Archie Vaughn steps in. He is 1 for 2. Texag says he's been to ballparks. He's been to PNC, the Astrodome, Wrigley. He's been to Denver, Turner Field in Atlanta, and he has seen in Arlington, so Arlington Stadium. Aaron Reese says his dad would love this. All right, 3-1 Pittsburgh lead. Here's Archie Vaughn, a player I wanna highlight some night. Again, what a great player he was. The payoff pitch to Vaughn. Vaughn swings, and this one driven to left, and this one's going to get down for extra bases. Archie Vaughn will have himself a 1-out double, and the Pirates now swinging the lumber. 8 hits for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hannes Wagner, nothing for 2. His protege in scoring position at second. Luque deals to the Flying Dutchman, the 1-1, and Wagner sends this one shallow center. And coming in and making a great catch, Ed Roush, who can cover a lot of territory out there in center. 2 down here in the Bucco fifth, 1 in, and it brings up Roberto Clemente. He is 1 for 2. Okay, deals. Payoff pitch to Clemente, flew out his last time up, and big swing and a miss on the fastball. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. A runner left in scoring position for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They now lead by a safer margin. It's 3-1 as we head to the home half of the fifth. Barry Larkin, Ed Roush, and John Riley due up for the Cincinnati Reds. Larkin, 0 for 1. Felipe into his wind, and the 1-1. Barry Larkin swings. This one soft ground to the third. Pie Traynor on to Paul Wainer for the 5-3 putout. 1 away for Ed Roush, 0 for 1. Roush, another great player. What can you say? 2-0 delivery to Ed Roush, and Roush lines this one to center field. This will get down in front of McCutcheon for a base hit. Cincinnati with its second hit of the game, and Roush has incredible speed. Here's John Riley, 0 for 1. Felipe from the set. John Riley swings. This one grounded. Wagner will go to Maz for 1, and that's all they're going to get. So John Riley aboard the fielder's choice, 2 away. Riley also very fast. And here's Heine Grove, 0 for 1. Struck out against Felipe last time. Here's the pitch, and the runner goes. Kendall comes up gunning, but they're not going to get John Riley, so he gets his first steal of the season. The 1-1 pitch now to Heine Grove. And this one drilled into the gap and right center. And Heine Grove will pick up an RBI, and Cincinnati now within 1 run of the Bucks. It is 3-2. Good ball game here now as we're back at the top of the order for Cincinnati. And little Joe Morgan, 0 for 2. Grove leads off second. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Joe Morgan. And Morgan, weak little grounder. Paul Wainer will wave off Deacon Felipe and take it to the bag himself for the final out of the inning. But Cincinnati picks up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and a runner left in scoring position. Pittsburgh Pirates lead 3-2 as we head to the top of the 6th. Those of you joining us late, we played a game earlier in the Castro McGregor League, and that was 1916 Red Sox, 1915 Phillies. Phillies winning that one. Then we attempted a game with the Dodgers and Diamondbacks, and that one was something like 23 to something or other, 3. And so now we're doing this one. So not really a triple header. Here's Ralph Kiner. Jason Kendall waits on deck. Pie Traynor in the hole. You don't hear that too often anymore. The 0-2 delivery from Bouquet, who has 5 strikeouts. The 0-1 to Kiner. Kiner swings high, pop fly on the infield. And waiting for it is Mr. Johnny Bench, and he will make the catch. So 1 away for Jason Kendall now. 1 for 2. Bouquet deals. Here's the 1-2. And Kendall with looking at a knee buckler there. Fastball catching the outside corner. Dolph Bouquet picks up strikeout number 6. And Carlos Yaz's text picked a better game than you did. Yep, in this case, I would say yes, but I expected that one. I didn't not, but it's baseball, right? All right, here's Pie Traynor with 2 down. Anything can happen in this great game. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Pie Traynor. Traynor swings. This one weakly grounded to first, and John Riley will take it to the bag himself. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Pirates leading the Reds 3-2. Joey Votto, Frank Robinson, and George Foster due up for the Redlegs. So, and you guys, of course, know that the Reds, during the whole McCarthy thing in the 1950s, did not go by the Reds anymore. They did use the term Redlegs. So, I also believe they might have used the Red Stockings kind of unofficially. I guess they didn't want to let old Senator McCarthy blacklist the entire Cincinnati ball club. All right. Deacon Felipe ready to face Joey Votto. Consensus seems to be all very good on him. The 2-2 pitch to Votto. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nice fastball there from Felipe. That's his 5th strikeout of the game. Both pitchers not afraid to bring the gas. Brings up Frank Robinson. 1 for 2. Had a solo shot back in the 1st. Full count now to Robinson. Here it comes. Robinson swings, and this one drilled to center. Is it enough? It is not. Making the catch at the track is Andrew McCutchen. So 2 down now for George Foster. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Felipe winds and the 2-1 pitch. Foster struck out his last time, and this one laced into left for a base hit. So the Cincinnati Reds picking up their 4th base knock of the game. 2 down, the tying run on for the Reds, and coming to the plate now, Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench, 0 for 2. Tex Ag says his only trip to PNC was on September 7th, 2002, and the Pirates beat the Marlins 4-1. Go Bucks. We weren't very good in 2002, but go Bucks. So the day after his PNC game was the Aggies playing the University of Pittsburgh at with Steelers. Yes, it's to be, well, it used to be called Heinz Field. Now it's, I don't know what the hell it's called now after some insurance company. It's crazy. So that's the reason he was in Pittsburgh. So I was working in Pittsburgh. One of my forays living in America. I was working as a magician and a magic demonstrator in 2002, Pittsburgh. Had I gone to that game, who knows, Tex Ags? So Heinz Field, right, so that's just it's a mile or 2 up the North Shore from PNC Park. All right, here's Johnny Bench batting with 2 down, Foster on at first. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and the runner goes. Foster breaks for second. The throw down by Jason Kendall. And George Foster gets the steal. His 1st of the season. All right, Johnny Bench back in there. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Bench swings, and this one drilled to center. This one deep, but McCutchen now angling back and short of the track makes the catch. So Cincinnati gets a hit, leaves a runner in scoring position. The tying run. We head to the 7th. Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2. Bill Mazeroski, Andrew McCutchen, and Paul Wainer. So you do remember a guy listening to the Beatles on a boombox. Nice. So the problem when I was working over there, and living over there, of course, I'm at the magic shop, is by the time we got everything closed up, I know none of you guys know, well, Christopher Slovic would know. So I worked on the south side, and PNC Park is, of course, in the North Shore. And by the time I would get over there, if I would get over, it would be 3rd inning, so there wasn't much of a point in catching a game in the 3rd inning. So, all right, here's Maz, 0 for 2 to lead it off, and then McCutchen and Paul Wainer. The 2-2 pitch to Bill Mazeroski. Mazeroski swing and a miss, change-up, beautiful pitch by Dolph Luque. That will be the 7th strikeout he has issued in this game. Back at the top of the order for Kutch. 1 for 3 of the run batted in. The full count now, the wind and the pitch. McCutchen, swing and a miss. Big fastball. Dolph Luque not playing, bringing the good old-fashioned heat. Strikeout number 8, 2 down, and here's Paul Wainer. Paul Wainer with a big home run his last time up. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Wainer. Wainer swings. This is not going to be a home run, but is it going to get down for a base hit? It will. It will drop in front of Ed Roush. So the Buccos now with 9 hits in this ball game, and it brings up Arky Vaughn. He is 2 for 3 in the game. Carlos Yass, it still blows my mind when insurance companies say they make a little, but also have some of the tallest buildings in cities. Yep, and support sports. I totally agree with you. Tex Ag saying, all right, going to be checking out in here in a second. Thanks for the fun tonight. You're absolutely welcome, Tex. Next time you're in here, man, we'll do a Cubs game. All right, Paul Wainer on at first. When we do these franchises, I should say that. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch. And this one, base hit into right field. Arky Vaughn gets good contact on that ball. Going for 3. And in there is Paul Wainer. So Arky Vaughn at first, Paul Wainer at third, 2 down. Hannes Wagner disappointing, 0 for 3. A chance to do something here to add some insurance to this Pirate lead. The Pirates now with 10 hits in this game. Okay, from the stretch and 3-1 pitch. And Wagner takes ball 4 inside. So the base is sold out with Pirates. And it brings up Roberto Clemente. Wayner at third, Vaughn at second, Wagner at first. Bench. Looks like he's going over the signs with Luque. Ready to go. No place to put Clemente. 2 down. And here is the pitch. Clemente swings in the first pitch. This one soft grounder at second. This should end the inning, and indeed it does. Joe Morgan up with it. The Bucks strand 3. Middle of the 7th. It's Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2. Good ball game here. So will the leaving them loaded haunt the Pirates? We shall see. All right, for the Reds, it'll be Barry Larkin, Ed Roush, and John Riley. Larkin in the game, nothing for 2. Deacon Philippe, he is at 98 pitches. He's fanned 5. Payoff pitch to Barry Larkin. Larkin swings, and this one skied to left field, and down under it is Ralph Kiner. Out number 1. Center fielder Ed Roush, 1 for 2. The 2-1 delivery now coming from Felipe. And Roush sends a sinking liner into left, and actually this one misjudged out there in left field by Ralph Kiner. And when all is said and done, Ed Roush is in scoring position. So the tying run on for the Reds, and here comes John Riley. He has nothing for 2. 1 down. Felipe with a 1-0 delivery to Riley. Riley swings and scorcher to third base, but Trainer unable to come up with the ball. And they're going to give John Riley the infield hit. Roush moves to third. Tying run just 90 feet away. And we have a pinch hitter now, Charlie Hustle, making his first plate appearance of the season. Philippe dealing with runners at the corners, only 1 down, 3-2 Pittsburgh lead. Here's the pitch, and the runner goes. Riley on his way to second, and he is going to get in there. 2 in scoring position now for the Cincinnati Reds. Rose back in there, the 1-2 pitch. Rose swings, and he scorches this line drive base hit, and that's going to score 2. And the Cincinnati Reds will jump into the lead. It's now 4-3. So the Pirates leaving them loaded. Roberto Clemente at bat in the top of the 7th. It does come back to bite them as Cincinnati now leading this game 4-3. Pete Rose on at first, coming through clutch here for Cincinnati. Back at the top of the order now, Joe Morgan, nothing for 3. Here's the pitch, and this one is a wild pitch. This one's going to go all the way to the backstop. Jason Kendall having to chase it down. Pete Rose moves into scoring position now. So falling apart for the Bucks. Philippe deals to Little Joe. Here's the no, and what do we have here? So they're going to intentionally walk Joe Morgan, and here's Joey Votto, nothing for 3. See if they can turn 2, though. Morgan's got some incredible speed. 3-2 pitch. Votto swings, fly ball into center field, and this is going to get down in front of McCutchen. Base hit. Pirates played with fire. It did not work. 2 runs, going to score. Here's the throw to the plate. It hits the cutoff man. Morgan in at third, or Morgan is in there, and Votto makes it to third on the play, and it's now 6-3 Cincinnati. So sorry for bunging up that call, guys. Long day at work, and it is, what, 1 something or other, 124. All right, here's Frank Robinson now. Robinson already went yard in this game. Felipe deals here, and what are they going to do? He's going to be 4 wide pitches, intentionally walked, and here's George Foster. Pirates playing with some serious fire here. Roy Face now on in relief for the Bucks. Deacon Felipe's day is done, but he is responsible for Votto at third and Robinson at first. Big red machine going off, says Carlos Yaz. It may wind up whoever 21 Cubs 3 LOL says Tex Aggs as he is on his way out of the ballpark. All right, Roy Face deals the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So coming with the fastball. All right, 2 down now. And here's Johnny Bench, nothing for 3. Pirates need to stop the bleeding here. The Reds plating 4 here in the 7th. Face brings it. The 1-1 pitch. Johnny Bench swings. High fly ball, center field. McCutchen measuring it and will make the catch. But the Cincinnati Reds, 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on. We go to the 8th, and it's Cincinnati 6, Pittsburgh 3. Dolph Luque pitching a hell of a ball game, but starting to run out of gas. He's at 123 pitches. He has fanned 8 and walked 1. Ralph Kiner, nothing for 3. It'll be Kiner, Kendall, and Trainer due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 2-2 pitch now to Ralph Kiner. Popped out his last time up. Kiner swings, and this one line to center. This will get down in front of Ed Roush for a base hit. Pirates with their 11th hit of the game. And that will bring up Jason Kendall. Kendall 1 for 3. Kiner at first. Okay, with a check of the runner. Here's the delivery. Kendall cuts in the first pitch, grounded to short, and this one booted by Barry Larkin. So that's the first error committed by the Cincinnati Reds in this game. And the Bucks with 2 on and nobody out, and we have a pinch hitter now. Great center fielder, Max Carey. So the Reds looking to turn 2 here. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Max. Carey swings, hard ground ball to second, 4-6, and that's all they're going to get. So Kiner moves to third. Max Carey with speed on at first. And coming into pinch hit, Bill Mazeroski's day is done, is Wilver Dornell Stargell. The 2-2 pitch to Stargell. Swing and a miss. Willie does not come through clutch. So 2 down, we're back at the top of the order. Can Kutch be clutch for the Bucks? Kiner at third, Carey at first. Here's the delivery to McCutchen. And McCutchen swings, sinking liner, center field. This will get down in front of Ed Roush. McCutchen picking up the RBI. Ed Roush's throw to third will not be in time. Moving to third. On the play is Max Carey. The Bucks now within 2, 6-4. We got us a ball game going on here. Paul Wainer now in there. 3 for 4, including a home run and responsible for 2 of the 4 Pittsburgh runs. Here's the pitch. Wainer pops this one behind the plate. Johnny Bench has it in the sights, and that's it. But the Bucks do come up with a run. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati 6, Pittsburgh 4. Barry Larkin, Ed Roush, and John Riley. Roy Face in there on in relief. In relief for Deacon. Payoff pitch to Barry Larkin. Larkin swings. This one popped in the infield. And calling for it and making the catch is Claude Rixey into play second base now. Tommy Leach will be playing third, so Pie Trainer's day is done. Everything else is status quo. What do you know? Ed Roush, 2 for 3, batting with 1 down. Third baseman drawn in a little bit, and this one lined to left in a sliding catch by Ralph Kiner. Great play. All right, 2 away here now for John Riley. He was 1 for 3. Face with payoff pitch. And Riley swings. This one grounded. Claude Rixey up with it, and he fires on to Paul Wainer at first. No runs, no hits or errors. Nobody left. We go to the top of the 9th. Pittsburgh will try to tie it up here, and it will be Archie Vaughn, Hannes Wagner, and Roberto Clemente. So the Bucks leaving them loaded. That hurts. We'll see. Archie Vaughn, 3 for 4. Rob Dibble, one of the nasty boys, coming on to close it down. Try to. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Archie Vaughn. Vaughn swings. This one just an easy grounder to first. John Riley will take it to the bag himself to retire Archie Vaughn for out number 1. Hannes Wagner, nothing for 3. Rob Dibble, fires it in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Wagner swings. This one grounded to Larkin for out, or to Dave Concepcion. I'm sorry, Concepcion in now but short. And it's down to Roberto Clemente to try to keep it alive for the Bucks here. Dibble with the 1-1 pitch to Roberto Clemente, who grounded out his last time. And this one, just a little liner into right. This will get down for a base hit. And the tying run comes to the plate from Pittsburgh Pirates. The Bucko is not going gently into that good night, and here comes power hitter Ralph Kiner. The 1-0 delivery. Kiner swings. This should be the ball game. A little flare out into shallow right, and Joe Morgan makes the catch. And the Cincinnati Reds come from behind and defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-4 here on opening day in Cincinnati. So we're not going to do the whole recap. It was just an opening day. The Cincinnati Reds, 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Pirates, 4 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. And that is it, guys. Since we went long tonight, not able to thank everybody. You know who you are. Oh, you're most welcome, cousin. So to cousin Carlos Yaz, Tex Ags, and all the way back, everybody that was here, thank you tonight. You know who you are. This is YouTube not letting me go all the way back on a long broadcast. So, all right, guys, we will see you next time. Sleep well and play some baseball, and we'll see you around the batting cage. Good night, guys.